Hey, everybody, how's it going? It's Wednesday night. It's time to hang out and do absolutely nothing. I look forward to this all week long. So thank you, everyone, for showing up. We'd be doing it even if you didn't show up, but I'm glad you do because it just makes it that much more special. So we had this. I remember when we first created this show, it was more or less supposed to be us talking fantasy football. And then it just turned into us talking about food.
I know what happened.
Scott showed up.
Exactly. You guys were talking about kick return stats and football. And I showed up and had a few drinks. And the show changed forever in a way that I don't know that anybody is proud of.
We may not be proud of it, but we accept it and we love it for who it is. But we had the draft, and I know we talked during the draft, but I have 5-6 rookie drafts going right now, and it's I feel it.
Do I have more than one, Russ, going right now?
No, you just have TA right now.
Okay. I was disappointed. I went on Trade Addicts last night and talked up Quinshon Judkins, and he went fourth
in our league. Yeah,
and I was I was kind of hoping he would fall on far enough for me to make a trade to get into a spot where I could get him, but it didn't happen.
I always make rookie ADP out of the Trade Addicts leagues because I have 11 of them. That feels like a really decent sample size. Plus, it's mostly different people. Yeah, I mean Rocky and I are in all of them, and Frank is now in 3 or 4 of them. But it's all completely mostly different people. So Quinshon Judkins has an ADP of the 107, drafted the earliest of 4th and the latest of 9th.
Okay, so how many drafts have gone off so far? Is that so 4? So now we got to see the bump from
this just tells me that Zach needs to be trading down his leagues.
I need to be trading up because I finished first in that league.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking to do that in my home league because almost Boise State guy me where that you have no idea how close I was to going to Boise State. It was this close. Toured there, that city, that college, best vibes probably of any college I went to. I just stayed closer to home, which is what happens sometimes. But in my home league, it's a keeper league, and I'm not going to be able to get Genty, and I'm at the 102. So I'm half considering, some talks going on with the guy with the last corner picks, trading down to get both his corner picks, and he gets my 102 and something later.
I decided today that the 102 sucks.
I'm interested. He won the league last year, so he doesn't exactly, he doesn't need depth as much, So
the 102 is a tier of 4 or 5 guys. It's why it's this is an interesting class because it was I was far more excited about it before the draft happened than after.
Yeah,
just because the were 2, 3, 4 fewer running backs than I expected go in the first 3 rounds. So
I felt obligated to take Cam Ward there because it's a 14-team superflex.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to take him.
And we talked about that. You're not going to hear me argue. Don't take Cam Ward at 102.
You don't. You wanted something a little bit more.
Yeah, but I'm sure in my league it's going to be a bunch of running backs at the top. That's just the way it is. It's a keeper league, so keeper league and shallower. That's just the way it works. Ian came upstairs and they ran back downstairs. I was going to have him play those songs for you guys, but
maybe he was going to get his. I don't know what the kids have today. iPods, just probably a phone.
Phone, yeah, that phones.
Boombox, record player.
Oh, that would be
The old 45, just drop it on.
yeah.
Imagine getting to settle for Genty at the 102.
That's rough.
Yeah. You want to play your choices, your thoughts?
You want me to?
So Ian's got traveling baseball, and he's now at the age where they do walk-up music. So when each kid walks up to the plate for their plate appearance, they have walk-up music that plays for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. Anyway, I'm sure you've all been to baseball games in the chat. You know what it's like. So they now get walk-up music. Are you going to play any for them? Okay. He's debating a few of them.
3.
He's debating 3 of them. Zach's was Lou Reed, Walk on the Wild Side, when he played.
Yeah.
I never had walk-up music. I was done playing by the time I think that was a true thing. Maybe. I mean, that's not true, but mine would have been Sabotaged by Beastie Boys. But do you have one ready?
Once I said I have 3.
Right,
Wi-Fi
but do you have it
isn't
ready?
working right now. I don't know
All right.
why.
All right.
But yeah.
I tried vamping as long as I could.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, you got one.
This is the first one.
Can you hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe pull it back a little bit.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's the first one. That's out of it.
That is a good beat to walk up to.
Yep. Yeah. And then this is the second one.
This takes a little long to go, I think. This
Yeah.
one.
No. You were saying about starting that. Yep. And then this is the last one.
Okay. And then he's got one more that he's considering. it's like picking your what does the chat think so far of his walk-up music choices?
All right. The last one's a bit funny.
No, yeah. What do you think, Russ?
I like the first one. I like the beat of the first. Of course, I don't know any of these songs, but
Yeah.
What was the last one? It was from Up? Was
Yep.
that? Yeah, that was from
that's
Up.
what it sounded like. That's what I really thought it was.
It's from Up, yeah.
I like number one because I like
Yeah,
the beat.
I think I'm with you. And the bang, the open
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Like
that would
maybe
be
if
a
I knew
good.
the second song, and I knew the words, and I knew what he was saying, I would feel some sort of connection to it. But man, number one, that beat.
Ian, it's so tricky to pick
Do
the
you want to
walk-up
play
song.
one more time quickly so that the chat can listen? Let Zach talk while you look it up.
Yeah, no, it's so tricky to pick the walk-up song because you're like it's such a short, like you have to nail that. We're like, I'm coming in from the bullpen with mine, so I get the whole run in everything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you get.
I get 5 pitches to warm up. I get
Johan Duran and Edwin Diaz.
that's wrong.
Awesome.
yeah.
That would be Russell.
That's like Bob. That's like after you hit the double and you're shaking yourself off
Yeah.
and you're handing the batting gloves to the coach.
See, that's me when I get hit by the pitch and I moonwalk to first base.
All right, Philip.
I think that'd be fun.
All right, give him one again.
Give him one again?
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
That was a mistake.
Yep. Yep. That's so. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the first one.
You want the second one? Do you have it?
You want me to read
Yeah,
the second one?
yeah. I want the chat. I want the chat to decide for you.
All right.
I now recognize trying to start a riot. Like that was one that Harrison would play, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Like I said, this takes a little bit. Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's the second one.
They
Are they-
both sound like songs from Into the Spider-Verse. Am I crazy?
Well,
Are they-
one of them actually is.
Travis Scott one is.
No,
It's not.
The
Start a Riot
Start a
is.
Riot is.
Oh, I thought they both were.
No.
Oh yeah, Start a Riot definitely is. Okay.
We started, yeah.
I like number one personally, but I'm not in the chat, so I don't get a vote.
Looks like the chat saying one.
I think it's one just because it starts quicker, and you know how quick that can be with the as they're getting up.
It is the best walk-up song that I've ever seen, and this is outside of Major League because like Mariano Rivera is the GOAT. But like I was playing as a freshman in college, and we're playing at St. Joe's, and all of a sudden this guy comes up, and they're like, now batting Steve Osborne, number 24, and it goes all aboard, and I'm like, uh-oh. Like this guy's got music, and so I took 2 steps back. And the first pitch he hit, and it went over me, over the 2 bullpens.
Yeah.
There was a volleyball field, like a volleyball court, and it landed near second base of the softball field. And I was like,
Jeez.
that guy's got music. The next year I came to play at St. Joe's, he was painted on the fence.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. That's pretty awesome.
he was pretty good.
Oh man.
But
I think you kind of have your answer. I think one
Yeah.
sounds good.
Number 3, just for comedic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's
funny, but yeah.
you're gonna have to bat with this 3-4 times a game, 5
Yeah.
times a game for an entire season. So
Yeah.
Timberwolves tonight. I'm excited. We play the winner. If we win, we play the winner of Golden State, Houston, and this one looks like it's going to go to Game 6.
Charlene made it seem like the Warriors are not doing that great right now.
Oh no, they're down.
Nope.
Well, I mean, it's closer now. They're only down like 17, but they were down well into the 20s for a bit there. Yeah, it's not a good game, but they lead the series 3-1. Well, soon to be 3-2. So, yep. It's been a good playoffs. Some of the playoffs series have been like OKC was 4-0 and stuff, but individually, some of those games were really good. You know, like even this one, it's 3-1. Even the Timberwolves one is 3-1, but some of the just the individual games, good. It's been a good good playoff so far. This would be interesting because Golden State and Minnesota, that'd be awesome if they met up because they're both fourth quarter teams. Minnesota is fun to watch in the fourth.
that's such a funny thing with the NBA where they're just like, all of a sudden, it's game on in the fourth quarter. It's like
I love that they now have official clutch stats. Like if it's like under 5 minutes left to go in the game, 5 or fewer points, they got all the players' stats, the team stats and stuff. Like they designate that as clutch.
yeah.
I like that there's like legit like data out there on clutch, which is great.
We've come a long way from the data nerds saying there's no such thing, no such thing as clutch and
clutch and momentum.
Momentum, yeah.
I think
It's
they're
like,
probably still on that front with momentum, but
yeah. But like, I mean, if you've ever played, like,
that's the thing.
You can feel it, like
It is
it's there.
You've never played. That's all it really is. Like, and even people who haven't played, I feel like a pretty decent percentage of them realize momentum's a thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And even like you have not just momentum, but like you'll have days where just like you got it. Whatever it is, like whatever sport, you've got it. And you hear guys talk about like the hoop looks like it's huge, or guys throwing watermelons and it just like that happens too, and I don't know why.
It feels like baseball more than other sports has slumps and yips and and streaks and stuff.
Yeah.
Just I don't know.
What's the average? It's like the average major league slump is like 18 games, and like a high school season is that.
Yeah.
It's like
measurable.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I blame on my high school career. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't play that deep in. I actually switched to town softball once my baseball playing days went on. So,
Nice.
which was really fun. We won a championship, a city championship.
I
Nice.
was 9 when my baseball playing days were done.
Yeah, I had a year. It was ninth grade. I tore my labrum, and I've talked about this, I think, and broke my ankle like basically within the very short period of time, and then everything was done.
Yeah.
So, it was 10th grade. I think it was 10th grade actually. Long time ago. When you're 45, it's tough to remember those slight details anymore. Yeah. Speaking of when you're a kid, and I don't even know how this is going to go, but so on the radio today, and I learned this recently within the last few years, but on the radio today, I heard someone talk about the Schwans Man. Do you remember the Schwans Man when you were a kid?
Yep.
Bob shakes his head no, which is unsurprising to me. But maybe it's just not out there. Well, you're out there. Does the chat know the Schwans Man? Should I even talk about this then? Because
Now you have to, because I want to know what the hell you're talking about.
There are, at least as of a few years ago, there are still occasionally Schwans trucks in the neighborhood still. I don't know. I haven't seen one in a couple of years, but like it hasn't been that long.
Yeah. Andrew Loophole says just ended. Jeremy says stop their service. But yeah, if people in the chat don't know, it's not even worthy of a story. So yeah.
What is it though?
It's a like a truck that comes by, like you can order food from them and stuff. Like you order it was like a delivery service way before all these delivery services. And yes, they deliver to out of town people and whatnot. You could order bulk things and you could order lots of stuff from them. They're basically food delivery service. But so I learned within the last few years that people who did Schwans were considered poor. I learned that it was more of a poor thing. And when I grew up, my family was poor enough. We looked at the people who got Schwans stuff as Richie Riches. Oh my gosh, you have so much money. How can you afford Schwans? But I've learned more recently now that I'm out in the world and I've heard the perspective, I've seen the TikToks, I've seen the memes, I've seen the people talk about it on radio stations and stuff like that, that apparently getting having the Schwans Man delivered to you and stuff, that was not considered you didn't have a lot of money. You bought in bulk because it was what I would have considered expensive back then.
Yeah.
But now I look back and I'm like, that was always the rich people had the Schwans. So it's weird to hear it talked about on the radio. That was a lower class thing. And I was always looking up at that.
Yeah, there are always things like that where you didn't realize as a kid that things were different than what you how you saw.
Yeah. You saw it differently than than it probably was. But that's fine. It's just always crazy you saw the world a certain way when you were a kid, and you realize, oh, that's not actually the way it was.
See, it's funny because even people in the chat, Swans is great, but it was so expensive.
Yeah, but she also said, "Me too, Scott," in that she was, a certain whatever level.
Well, right, exactly. Just saying that it's perspectives are all over the place. It's just who you're listening to.
Yep, exactly.
But even still, good memories come from it. My grandma always had the orange.
The orange push pops are going to get some love. I see 2 of them. Yeah, the orange push pops. I remember those. My neighbor got them.
Oh, see, I always had to walk to Howard Annis's general store to get orange push pops, but
orange push box back in the day.
Yeah.
Still no idea what that is. Frank in the dry stream. Oh god, it did feel like they were working all the time though. That is true.
I mean, Frank hadn't watched Tombstone until like 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
we
So, like,
can't
let's not
forget that
base.
Frank is like
yeah.
16 years old, so
Eat 'em all. I ate the first half of the bag in one day, so you can have the rest. No, I'm right here. You think I'm embarrassed that I ate a half a bag of Frito Scoops in one day? No, that is something that happened to me.
That is tremendous restraint. I think.
yeah, you didn't finish the bag. Good for you. See,
I stopped.
Yeah.
I folded the bag up and put a clip on it. Like I stopped. I think
Yep.
that's legit a testament to my willpower.
Yeah, absolute willpower, absolute restraint.
Oh my gosh, this is so true. It's like they knew. It's like they knew when to show up. So true. Ah, yes. Jeremy with the you should be embarrassed you didn't finish them.
We've got a now in our neighborhood, well, in our town, there's a local ice cream truck.
Oh, we have one that comes every Thursday.
And
Every-
they have like a schedule of which part of town they'll be at and which
Oh, really?
day. Yeah. And so like you can like I've heard I don't know this firsthand, but I've heard you can do like requests and they'll so like you can kind of pre-order or have so
Oh wow. Yeah, we have every Thursday at I actually think it's 6 p.m. Every Thursday between 6 and 7. We have an ice cream truck that drives down our road every single week. And it is shocking to me that all the kids, even my wife and the two kids, get ice. Even the two neighbors who are retired go get ice cream from it every Thursday. And me, I don't get anything. And so I'm just sitting here like every week. And I, when they explained it to me, this had a half story too. When they explained it to me, they're like, he is a small business that owns, that's his truck. This is what he does. I want to support that. And I'm like, I get it.
Yep.
I totally get it. Plus I get a sweet little ice cream treat. I don't, but they do.
Yeah. Yep.
I was about to say, you just said that you get a little ice cream treat. I was going to say, whoa.
No, I was being them. I could not even tell you the last time I had ice cream.
Don't make me bring out my bingo card and say.
Couldn't even take it.
I was going to say that was the free square in the middle.
I legit think we need to do this bingo card. I think it would be hilarious. I think it would be hilarious to have that bingo card. I'm a fan of the self-deprecation. I don't take myself seriously. I understand that I got my things. I can see that too. My kids and wife eat ice cream when it's absolutely freezing out. It doesn't matter. Dairy Queen still gets business when it's cold out.
No, weather should not dictate what you eat. I'm a very big fan of ice cream in the winter and soup in the summer. If what you want.
Ooh, Podathon Bingo. We could get this ready for the Podathon. People can buy these Podathon Bingo cards. I really like that.
It's just a card with all the
An
guests.
easy target.
A card with all the
just got that bullseye on him.
All the guest name, and then whenever Sal says I launched their career on the Podathon, you mark off the square.
It's a shame that we can't have. Don't you know I'm almost 50, or I'm turning 50 soon.
Yes.
I'm 5 years away. We can play that up for a bit. Steve F. I got the shelled egg, the 18-year shelled egg I was talking about from the other night. Still, but I dropped some liqueur 41 in it. Do you guys know liqueur 41?
Nope.
Or 41? Oh, it's like a caramel liqueur. It's it kind of eases the harshness of that whiskey. It's kind of a harsh whiskey. So that or a triple sec is nice to just drop a little bit in my old fashioned to smooth it out a little.
If your kids are watching, cover their ears. This is Bob's fault completely, but I'm drinking some Fighting Cock bourbon.
Okay. Is it good? I don't think I've ever had Fighting Cock bourbon.
It's pretty good. It's all right. But yeah, it is Fighting Cock bourbon.
It looks like a fun name.
I would not drink that on its own, but to smooth out the harshness of a pretty harsh, like a pretty bitey whiskey, sure, I'll do it.
Oh man, did you ever try Lagavulin?
Yeah, actually, it's one of my wife's favorite. My wife
Oh my
loves peat whiskeys, like
They
Lagavulin,
made-
Ardbeg, Peat Monster, anything that tastes like a campfire. My wife loves.
Lagavulin, because Nick Offerman on
Yeah.
Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson drinks Lagavulin, so they did something with him.
Yeah,
So I bought it because I'm like, all right, well, it's Nick Offerman, so of course I have to. Oh my god, that was so rough to get through.
I like peaty whiskeys, but your reaction to a peaty whiskey is like my Speyside, my Isla whiskeys, where it's got like almost like a fishy taste to it. Like it's like I get it. I'm okay with the campfire ones, but I totally get what you're talking about.
It was.
My wife will love.
I finished the bottle because I won't waste it, and because it's Nick Offerman, and I'm going to show my respect to that man. It was tough to get through.
I mean, I know you didn't like it, but I like Lagavulin.
Oh no, you like what you like. That's absolutely okay. I don't like it, but like, oh man, Whew. That was tough.
Mm. Why not? If you're gonna go citrus, I suppose I was gonna say, why not just a little triple sec or something? It's got like an orangey, liqueur that can.
I mean, you're dropping an orange slice in there. Just drop a little OJ in there.
Yeah. I got an orange slice and a cherry in my. Well, I mean, it's an old fashioned. So what are you gonna do? I have no problem with this, by the way. Like some whiskeys taste better with a little water. Some whiskeys taste better with certain, like he said, orange bitters or just your regular Aristoma bitters or a cherry or like in my case a caramel liqueur. It is what it is. Drink what you enjoy. There's no reason to sit and drink a drink you don't like just to like feel cool or something, Grand Marnier, old fashioned. What was I going to talk about here? Oh, so the New York live event, I'm starting to get really excited about.
Yep.
They moved venues. They moved venues from backstage. Backstage, is that what it was called? Something like that.
I think so.
Anyway, they moved venues from that to Legends, which is like a really popular like a venue in New York. It is literally across the street from the Empire State Building, which Russ can confirm as he looked it up today.
Looked it up on maps. Yep.
I don't think he believed me on the phone. It's across the street from the Empire State Building. It's like 2-3 blocks down from Madison Square Garden and Penn Station. Frank and Tim apparently know. Yep. Like I said, 2 to 3 blocks from MSG. So it's going to be at Legends, and like we have that place for 6 hours. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there. Russ is going to be there.
Salito's going to be there.
Yeah, we're so there are conversations being had to make it a really, really big thing. So if you are in New York or by New York or basically on the East Coast, because like then you're by New York, you should make it up for that one, because that's it. It sounds like that one might be an awesome one.
I really want to bail on my plans now and go to the New York Live.
Sal bailed on his. He was going to go to he was going somewhere, and he decided to cancel his plans and come to New York and Philly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This would be so good.
We both just clicked it at the exact same time. Yeah.
That'd be great. That would be great. I have nothing on my Wednesday list tonight because I wasn't planning on coming on. So Bob is going to have to lead the show.
Bob's got this. I have faith in him. We last Wednesday he started off because it was going to be just the two of us, but
you can make it if you try.
We did. It was great, and then everybody showed up. It was awesome.
Yeah,
it is good. We like when people come on. I'm excited for this Lakers Timberwolves game.
Just got another post.
You got another post-it. How is
Alito chart?
I like Kingsman. Kingsman's great. What are you talking about?
Well, that was going to be my question: is what's your definition of stupid movie? Like what?
Yeah. You know what is one movie of mine that got scored terribly and was supposed to be a trilogy, and I still think should have been a trilogy or more, is Jumper with Hayden Christensen. Jumper was awesome. I want more of that universe. I want Hayden Christensen and Samuel L. Jackson, and I want more of that universe for 3, maybe 10 movies. You know what? We need a Fast and the Furious style run of Jumper. I'm calling it out. And the chat 1,000,000,000% agrees with me. Anyone who does not agree with me, I'm just gonna ban from the chat because no, I'm kidding.
Jumper, Jumpist. You know.
Jumpiest.
Jumper, and Jumpist. Oh, that'd be good. Woodford Reserve is I know people who really, really like it. It's okay to me. It's not my favorite, but it's a good
That's
whiskey.
usually on people's list of that's on like the basic list of bourbons.
Definitely a good whiskey.
Yeah.
It's so yeah. It's a fine whiskey that a lot of people really like. That's just not mine. If you do,
You bite your tongue, Jeremy. Office Space is not a stupid movie. Office Space is brilliant.
No, yeah, that's great. Oh shoot, I was going to say something. Oh, so I think for SFB, we get to the point each year, and I think it's coming quicker than normal this year, that like the people who support us, they get in. You know, they just get in. When you support, you get in. That's just how we work. Wow. All right, Ian.
That was loud. Sorry.
Orgasmo. I remember that.
So
yeah.
Now you're a man. That movie's so good. Yes, that is a very stupid movie. That is very good.
Have you ever watched Cannibal the Musical? I'm sure you have.
Yes.
So we're getting to the point where if you're in the chat, you're probably already in. Like if you're competing in many of our campaigns, you're probably in, or you're very close to getting in, or whatever. I was thinking, and I have not run this by anyone yet, so this is completely off. I was thinking, if you're in the chat and you win an entry into SFB 15 on a campaign or a contest or in the chat, should we allow them to just give it away to someone else? They get to give it away? They got to be signed up. It's got to follow all the other rules, but can they just give it away? Is that how that should work?
So, like, if they win another,
if they're already in, if they're already like, for example, if Charlene's in, right? Like she's already in. She wins a spot on the show.
But they can't give it to you.
No, I'm banned.
No, he's banned.
That's part of the rules. You got to tell us. You got to tell us the person. They got to be signed up. They got to be eligible, etc.
I'm game.
But they gotta email us. Hey, this is the person I want to join SFB. What do you think? I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah,
Russ feels like he needs to think about this a little bit more.
Well, Russ wants to ruin all the fun.
Why should they have fun? It should belong to anyone, not anyone, in fact, but me. But I could make a Christmas tree. No, that's awesome. I think that's very cool, and it makes them be able to spread joy as much as we get to spread joy, and we know we enjoy it.
Right. And they want it. They can give it to pretty much anyone but Scott.
All right, let's talk about this further. I brought it up randomly in the middle of a show live, which is the best way to bring up new ideas.
Yes, like hypothetically, if someone didn't tank winning the Star Wars trivia because they already had a spot, they could have given it to someone else.
I know multiple people who have tanked the end of those trivias. I know I did.
I just tanked the beginning of the one I was on.
I was through 9 questions. I was leading the way on the very first ever Trivia Night Live, and I'm like, I can't let this open. So, I didn't do well on the last one for some random reason.
I won one under a pseudonym the first time Russ was on.
Not Russ.
I was not Russ.
Yeah, I did.
Never going to be full. We're just going to keep putting people into it until it's full.
Oh, I'm watching your conversation, Alan. Don't worry about it. I love this. I'm watching Hep and Ben talk about all of the Discord decisions for the FCE stuff. It's very entertaining to watch.
Zach, I'm going to tell you something. Hold on. So, Discord, it's been a lot lately. There are a lot of people on there. They're having fun. This is great. This is awesome. But like Hep and Russ and Ben and Bob and John, there's so much. It's a lot of talking, and this week I needed like some time, so I deleted the Discord. I'm still in it, and I feel like I've on my phone messaged a couple times, but I'm not getting the notifications this week because I need a moment.
I bet that's so freeing.
It is and it isn't because I really enjoy I have fun. I enjoy it, but I felt like it was a lot for me this week. But don't tell Russ. Don't tell Russ that it was like I just need a moment.
Just between you and me.
I will be right back soon. I will be right back soon. I'll be talking to everyone, having fun. I've sent messages this week because I like when something pops up and I have to deal with something or I want to like clarify something, I'll do it. But other than that, I'm giving it a week. So, and then next week is Safe Leagues rookie drafts, 1,200 rookie drafts.
Whoa.
So I might sit out next week too. But like Discord, Blue Sky, and Twitter are not on my bar right now. You know, so I'm just like, I'm taking a little time to remove myself from those fronts unless something really pops up, you know. But don't tell them. I think it's right? Like you need to take that space sometimes.
Absolutely, you know, it's a mental health check, and also, I mean, if you've got a whole bunch of other stuff going, I mean, you just don't have bandwidth for everything all at once.
I would recommend this. I would recommend this for anyone in the chat, honestly. And something I'd started doing about two years ago is that when I get emails after like 5 p.m. Eastern, like once my kids start, like I pick up my kids and they're coming home, right? If an email is not urgent, I put it in a folder to deal with in the morning. Oh. And I have found that has saved so much time where anything that's not urgent, I'm going to work on you in the morning. If it's urgent, I'll deal with it. But otherwise, you go in the tomorrow morning folder. And Matt Waldman taught me that trick.
But and not only time, but like you're expending that like effort to make it happen now when it doesn't have to.
Exactly. It shouldn't have to happen that moment.
Yeah.
But for so many years, I was like, I want to be the guy that just gets it done, responds here, responds there. And I've realized you can let things go to the next day and the world is not going to collapse beneath you and you can enjoy your life a little more. Maybe it's just a little thought for the chat. Like I can bring Bob and Russ back up, but they're probably asleep or dead. Let me see. Yep, Russ died. So maybe Bob's dead too. Yep, Bob was dead too. So we killed both of them. That's just something that's been going on for me this week. That actually, it's what killed Russ is me talking for too long, just ranting.
Should we poke him?
No. He just needs some coffee ice cream. That's what Russ
Coffee ice cream? What?
Uh,
What? Coffee ice cream?
Ooh, Wilson said shh,
Coffee sounds good, actually.
which honestly means like one thing. It means that. And then it means that. Please tell everyone you know. Please tell everyone you know, because I pre-ordered a Switch 2 simply for this campaign. And that Switch 2 was not cheap and it was not easy to get. So
You have a campaign going?
Yeah.
Zach can know, but you
Yeah.
guys.
I have one.
Yeah, we're talking about the Rook Report, right? That's the campaign. If you go to
Yeah,
fantasybears.org
you guys are part of my inner circle. But Zach, you're in my inner circle. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, ranting's over. I'll let Russ take the floor. I'll be back in a second.
That was a lot of pressure out of nowhere. I don't know what the hell to talk about now.
You've got this. I have faith in you, Russ.
So
Good
rookie
work.
draft, fantasy football is happening. There you go. I'm bringing it back. Actually, I don't really have anything much to talk about except for that, but I'm actually just excited about it. It's been a while since like the excitement's been there. Like I didn't really feel it during all of the learning about the players, and during the NFL draft was fun as HE double hockey sticks being, on here with you guys and streaming and all of that stuff. But it wasn't like for that fantasy football feel. It was that was real football. Like these rookie drafts got me going though. I'm excited for it again.
It's so weird for me now because now I'm doing like content for the draft, like the rookie report, and so there's such a marathon all because I start in September, so like it goes September and then you get into March and or February and there's the combine. And then you get a little bit more information. And for some reason, we start doing actual like hootenanny episodes in February. And so, and then now we're at the rookie drafts and everybody wants to do the rookie drafts like now, like 3 days after the draft.
Yeah.
And so then it becomes this like sprint to the very end of the marathon. And it's wild.
Yeah, I tried because I run like a total of maybe 16 leagues, but 11 of them are trade addicts leagues. And I tried one year, like legitimately spacing them out, but people kept freaking out because I'm the only one that's in all 11 of them. Well, now Rocky is also, but like, everyone else, like they don't need to wait 2 weeks because it's trade addicts 10 and it's the 10th league. Like it's just, that's their one league. So trying to put it out 2 weeks, then it turned into, all right, we'll start the draft, but we won't put a timer on yet. Just so no one's rushed. Anyone can take their time, do whatever they want. And then it just turned into, fine, let's just start it Thursday instead of.
Well, and it was funny because I went through all of the leagues that I'm in that you commission and looked at the calendars. And I'm like, I said I don't have to worry yet because Russ is spacing them out to keep a little bit of sanity for himself.
What's really funny is I don't know what happened in Trade Addicts 11 because it's 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 7 through 10. But then for some reason, 11 started today.
I didn't even know it. I didn't know it did until I got the email. And I was like, oh, Genty's gone. I guess I'm not going to get him at 12.
Oh,
I tried to get you Judkins. I took Genty at 1 so you could get Judkins.
I appreciate you.
It's someone else's fault. I think it was Earl English, one of our supporters, stabbing Zach in the back after all.
It was Eric.
Oh, was it Eric?
Yeah.
Same. I knew it was an E name because both of them have like 6 of the top 15 picks.
Yes.
Can I tell you another idea I had last night, Russ, that I am going to propose live on the show instead of talking behind the scenes. So a lot of times we do this thing with the chat where we give away a prize. I don't know if you recall ever doing this.
Once or twice.
I was thinking so many times we're typing a ton of numbers in the chat, like we're a ton of names. We're typing, okay, say Russ is awesome in the chat, and we'll put you on a wheel. Blah 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 blah. What if instead of spending all that time typing on a wheel, etc., I look up a random name in the SFDB database and see how many there is, and have the entire chat guess, and then whoever gets it right goes.
Sure.
Then we're typing like 3 names, or maybe only one person gets it right, or it's just the closest person. It's still just as random, and it's so much less work for us. Which is, let me repeat that, it's so much less work for us.
I don't know. People do like the wheel, and they're waiting for the one that you're building.
They do like, yeah, people are waiting for my randomizer that I'm going to build.
Well, I think he meant they're waiting for.
I'm waiting to see the graphics on it. I can't wait. This is going to be awesome.
It's 4 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. As awesome as watching the Wolves get 4 offensive rebounds in a row and then still miss the basket.
Yeah, we shot 5 threes in a row and missed all of them.
But I think
rebound stats.
the chats, yeah, some Angel Reese stats going on right there. Just a whole bunch of offense. I feel like people would like that. It's something I think people would like. Maybe instead of 1 prize, we give away 2 prizes this show, and one is that. I don't know.
It definitely got some traction the other day, with the names. Like that was
fun.
That was fun.
People did like it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Wolves 0 for 7 from 3.
Yeah.
That is not a good stat.
0 for 7 within 4 minutes.
5
5 of them were on 1 possession.
Anyway,
I had the wheel that we went to the Expo, but that broke.
Yeah, it was.
You spend $16 on something that you have to keep, physically spinning. It just falls apart.
I built a wheel with 2 2x4s and a Lazy Susan wheel.
That was probably better quality materials than what we bought.
I would say, how come you didn't bring that to Ken?
Those Lazy Susan boards, you'd be surprised. The one I got was it looks fine, but it's definitely a little heavier on one side, so it was definitely a weighted wheel. Don't talk about Susan that way. Susan really is. Jesus. Oh, Susan. I should make a new wheel. I should just make a new wheel. We don't need to buy one. You could buy one off like one of a website like Amazon or whatever website for like $16, or I could make one for $16. And it would have basically the physical representation of my graphic designer skills.
I am all for that.
I think you make one and then redo the graphic overlay every week, and we can have a segment that's the wheel of the week. Wheel of the week.
Yeah, I mean, you don't understand how awesome this wheel was. It was a Lazy Susan with nails at equidistant.
Yeah.
And one of the nails had duct tape around it, taped together. So it was like a flapper, Yeah. I feel like the chat understands, can visualize the awesomeness of that wheel. It was pretty good.
Look, if it was a Fred Flintstone wheel, the peg would be a bird's beak that when you spun it.
I could do a duck race. I think I still have 4 to 6 decoy ducks.
I mean, wouldn't it really make sense to just have fish race?
Could. Here's an idea. I don't know how it will go over, but again, live on the show, live idea.
Oh yeah, best way to do it.
At the Expo, we give something away. Each person gets a beta fish, and we throw them all in a giant tub, and the last one standing wins the prize.
I feel like PETA would not approve.
Yeah, we'd have to make a sizable donation to PETA.
yeah, maybe that's not a good one. That was a bad idea.
The Scott fish fight that doesn't have the
Let's
ring.
Let's not have beta fish killing each other. That was a joke. I would never do that. If the chat
Again,
doesn't,
he would never do that again.
Quick, cancel the beta fish.
I just got to cancel an order real quick. And, no,
Return to sender.
that would be terrible. Terrible off the cuff ideas. Half baked off the cuff ideas.
Half Baked is another very good movie.
So far, it feels like we're 0 for 3 on those. So
No, I think the first one was fine.
I think the second one was actually fine too.
What was the second one?
Was the guess the number of names
Guess
in the
guess the number
Yeah,
of
that's
names
fine,
of a
too.
random name
yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
having someone type something random in the chat and a huge wheel of a lot of typing and vamping.
I think that would get an approval.
I don't eat fish, but I could absolutely be bribed with good food.
I could too, but I will say, like, yeah, I'm not a big fish guy, but when I do, I want it to be like fresh, and you can only get it like near a lake or an ocean. Like, otherwise, it doesn't compare.
See, it's weird. I eat sushi, but I don't eat cooked fish.
I don't eat sushi.
I like sushi. I like uncooked fish.
I
don't
can go out to dinner with either of you. Just feed me.
Anything that's food.
Yeah, feed me.
Okay. What else we got, guys?
So we were on the journey of my daughter eating McDonald's. Apparently, she only has 3 fancy ways of eating McDonald's because today she went back to the nuggets in the bag and then squirting the ketchup in the bag and shaking it.
Your hands would get so messy and sticky.
Yeah, she's 9. She does
But
not care about that.
I'm still fascinated that she doesn't use the
The
chopsticks
for that.
with this method, because that, to me, you get the fusion. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just a brilliant way to do it.
You're also talking about the girl who eats spaghetti and meatballs plain, no sauce, with her hands. She has the meatball in one hand, a ball of pasta in the other, and then it just goes.
I get it.
Get the ratio right.
That's fine. We all have our things. Like this is gonna shock you, but there are people who think pickles aren't terrible. Like those people exist on this planet.
No,
I'm serious.
that's weird.
It's shocking to me every time I learn of a new one. Every time I'm like, what? How?
Bunch
How
of weirdos.
possible? Ah.
Oh, we got some banned list candidates.
Pickle fan and a Packer fan. Like, that's just
Pickle Packer fan.
wait, another pickle fan and Packer fan.
Pickle
That's-
Packer fans.
It's almost like they combine.
Correlation, yeah.
No. Here's the fun, crazy thing about this world. We're allowed to like the things we like. It's
Yes.
I mean, that's what's great about it. People who love pickles, awesome. Love pickles. Go for it. That's awesome.
All right. What the heck do you have around your wrists right now? What have you been playing with this entire time?
Oh, there's zip ties. I'm just playing with
Oh.
zip ties.
That's kind of what I thought. But couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I used them for something else earlier today, and I just put 2 together. And it was
We don't ask questions. We don't judge here.
no. But the chat will. the chat immediately goes to a place that's not.
What was it? What
Zach
was it?
saw me try
Yeah.
pickle beer.
That's what I was going to ask you. What was it? I know it was pickle, but was it like a pickle IPA or
Pickle sour.
was it a sour? Yeah.
John Bosch. Love the man, but you know, he drinks weird stuff and he always gives me a little bit. So he pours it into a glass and I just go.
it was like blind taste test. For my benefit, it was amusing because I was
Yes,
sitting
for-
across the room. But
Anyone watching must have loved it because my face went like concave, it like went inwards. I was so puckered and like slamming on the table. Just, oh my god, it was awful. So awful.
Yeah, I've seen my fair share of pickle beers and pickle sodas. Obviously, never tried.
pickle soda sounds like a weird combination. I don't know. For some reason, I like soda to me is
No,
sweet.
if you really like a flavor, I feel like you try just about anything. Like my 7-year-old loves pickles, so he will try anything pickle related. Doesn't like them all, but he'll try it. So like, yeah, good for them.
Oh yeah, if there was a banana beer, I'd be drinking the heck out of it. Banana whiskey, I'd be drinking the heck out of
This
it.
is probably me with habaneros. I love habaneros so much that I will try most things that are like habanero whatever, you know. I don't know that a habanero beer or a soda. I might try it, but like that doesn't sound good.
I will drink cherry flavored things, but I don't like cherries.
That's me with bananas. I do not like bananas. But
Well, that's because banana flavored things don't actually taste like bananas.
Okay.
I like the taste of banana flavored
from the top ropes over there. Bananas are the worst.
You're the worst. I didn't mean that. I was just kidding.
Ian is like anything banana.
See, I'm exempt from this question.
What's the question?
Well, the question was: is there something you don't like? And like after that, it doesn't matter because no,
He eats everything.
You'll have any kind.
I do like the only thing I've ever had in my entire life that I'm like I'm good. I'm not gonna go after again. Was pickled tripe. And I'm like I don't need to have that again. But like everything else that I've ever had, I'm like, yep, I'm good. Let's go.
Wednesday night hangout after dark with the.
You have to join the Patreon for that.
And I'm just randomly. They were just sitting over here, so now I'm randomly playing with them as I'm watching the show. I made earlier tonight. I made cheddar butter biscuits.
Ooh.
And you might have just heard Ian also way over from the top rope again. Those were so good. So yeah, some biscuits like mixed in cheddar and butter smeared over the tops and stuff.
Nice.
Yep. And I made them before dinner. And then my wife was like, well, I guess I got to make something that goes with these cheddar butter biscuits that you've just decided to make. Which we did. We had meatballs and like a sauce she made. An onion broth sauce thing.
Ooh, nice. Jeremy saying go Wolves. Something good happened?
It's 21-9.
21-9. We're up 12.
Oh, it's super early.
It is. We started really, really rough, but we've had the lead the whole game, but we started, but like we're rebounding like crazy. We've missed a lot of shots though. What do you mean? No, we're 1 for 8 from 3.
You said we started out rough.
We started rough, and then we were missing a lot of shots.
It started out. We were winning 4-0, and then it went to like 12-3, and they haven't even been within 5-point range yet.
Correct, but what I'm saying is we started rough, and that we kept missing shots.
Oh yeah,
we've missed a ton of shots.
It should be 40-9, is what he's trying to say.
If we were making all those threes we were missing, yeah, it probably would be 40.
We just missed 2 more threes.
We're getting our stroke. We'll get it.
That's when you need to call the timeout. You need to channel my high school basketball coach and say, make it.
Yeah. The Lakers need those game 2 refs to give them the game like they did in game 2. That's what they need. They need the game 2 refs to come into this. Adam just saying hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, they have those. They have them in stores. Costco has them.
Do they? I should buy those.
They do.
Cheddar Bay biscuits are nice.
They are delicious. Did you reheat that last one? There's one.
Oh
left.
no, I'm yeah.
Just throw it in the microwave for 10 seconds. It'll be warm again.
I've never been to a Red Lobster. I don't know.
If you look at pictures of Ant now and Jordan at Ant's age, 23, it's absurd how much they look alike. There are people that joke. They're like, Michael, just claim he's your kid. Come on. Like, we know he's your kid. But Ant's father was a professional basketball player too, Anthony Edwards. So
Like, wait, he physically looks like Michael Jordan?
Parker Edwards. Yeah, he was like, yes. No, his face is like, looks
Interesting.
so much like Michael Jordan at the same age.
Is he as good?
Anthony Edwards? Anthony Edwards at 23 compared to Jordan at 23?
Well, yeah.
It's almost sacrilegious to say Anthony might be better at 23 than Jordan was at 23.
No.
You don't think that's sacrilegious? I don't know that that's sacrilegious.
Anthony Edwards will never.
Anthony, like Jordan's my goat, you know that. So like, but I wouldn't like. He's a bit ridiculous for this age.
I'm saying this as a Wolves
Kobe
fan.
would have loved Anthony Edwards.
I'm saying this as a Wolves fan. I don't think Ant will ever be at least a top 50 player in the NBA history.
50, he's already top. Oh, in history. Okay.
No, I don't think he ever will be.
Why is that?
God, it hasn't hit, and it's well,
Collect your thought.
he needs to be a top 5 player by next year, or else he's done. He needs to hit. He needs to hit his clear prime. Like he needs to hit his prime. by
NBA
next
players
year, else
on
he's done.
average hit their prime at 27.
Oh, baby Jordan.
Harold Miner. Yep. With
I
a little
collected his card
reverse,
just in
yeah.
case. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Ann is 23. He's 23. It's absolutely
I mean, that's crazy young, but
Well, of course, Jordan wouldn't stand out in the NBA right now. He's in his 50s. I mean, come on.
yeah, that's not fair. Like,
Yeah.
I think you're probably right. Yeah, he's like 56 or so now. Like,
I mean, he'd be what, like 15 and
it's not like baseball where
15
Ty
and
Cobb
five.
was like, I'd still bat 200 or whatever. He's in the 60s. No, yeah, Jordan wouldn't start. Larry Bird was unbelievable. Larry
See,
Bird.
Larry Bird doesn't
yeah.
have to move. You could just put him up in the corner and just.
my favorite thing is watching people like younger people discover Larry Bird, because you look at him or you see like a clip and it's like he hits a 3 and you're like, okay, cool. But then like you watch what he would do to players, or like feel like Dominique Wilkins would be guarding him and he'd like make a move and knock Wilkins down with his first step. And it's just like,
Yep.
Because he just looks like a clunky old white guy.
or like, I mean, even
Or
like,
tip passes.
This retro coach, this is why he gets the Jordan comparison, is that Ant plays defense.
yeah,
Ant last game was going up against LeBron for most of the game. He plays defense and he plays all
What
out.
the Jaden?
Not last game. Last game, Ant was squaring up with him.
Le-
That's where the
LeBron dropped
comparison.
30.
it's so wild to me too, though. And this is not just basketball, but like all sports, the amount of athleticism and also the training and nutrition and everything, like the athletes now, it's
Yeah.
just what, like every bullpen in the major leagues have like
Yep.
5 guys who throw 100.
Yep.
20 years ago, there were like maybe
Yeah,
a guy on every
That's
team.
always going to be the thing, and why you can't compare eras, because
Yeah.
Jordan would have worked that hard.
Yeah.
He would have
Yeah.
done every single thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just can't compare eras. You just can't do it.
But and I mean, it's such a wild thing to like. Even like I went and watched the high school basketball tournament this year in Maine, and I saw more dunks in the first 3 games that I watched of the high school tournament than I did in my entire high school career.
Yeah, it's so much threes and dunks now.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a little unbelievable.
Well, I mean, look at all the football, all of these 6'4", 350-pound guys that are running 4.4s.
Yeah.
So last year, that was the thing with the Wolves. They were arguably the one of, if not the best defensive team in the playoffs last year. Didn't win it all. They're not there this year, but they're still very good. Yeah. I'm trying to watch the game and be on a show at the same time. That's probably not what I should be doing. But oh. You want to talk about the 100 guys versus gorilla? Who you think would win? That went around. I saw a primate, like a primatologist or whatever. Like he actually works with gorillas and stuff. And he's like, I feel like I'm uniquely qualified and I should answer this one. And he said, well, first off, you can't surround a gorilla with 100 guys. There's just too many people to be around a gorilla, right?
Right.
Like, so if you send 5 to 10 at a time, gorillas are 400 to 500 pounds and they actually tire easily. So the first couple waves, they will be confetti. The gorilla will put them to shreds. But by the later waves, the 100 guys might have a chance.
Picturing a gorilla going, just stop.
So you want to be like
gorilla after a few waves of 5 to 10 guys will really, really tire out. And I'm like,
you want to be guy like 96, 97.
Yeah, you want to be late on that list. I honestly don't know who would win. I would think it'd be the gorilla.
Yeah.
I feel like even like if the gorilla has that Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality, guys 90 through 100 are still dead. But
yeah.
I did find it like personally, I thought the gorilla, no question, until that primate like gorilla expert chimed in, and he's like, they get tired pretty quickly, and wave after wave.
Yeah,
send them 10 at a time. Might get tired. Might get really, really tired.
I'm not risking it on the whether or not the gorilla gets the second wave. I don't,
Oh yeah,
second wind, like
wind.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in on that, but
No.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was the gorilla 100% until that guy chimed in. Like he's got his zookeeper's uniform on and everything, and I'm like, okay. It does make sense though. It makes sense like that they'd be 400 or 500 pounds, and they'd yeah, makes sense. It'd be interesting. It reminds me of the thing we did a whole show like many years ago with Elliot Christ, a bull rush with Ryan, and I don't know if it was Ryan and Frank or Ty and Frank, but about there was a meme of like 9 different things.
Yeah,
like,
and you could pick 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 of these are your team, and the other 6 you're going against. We did a whole show on that. I can't believe we did a whole show on that.
That was huge on the internet for a while.
It really was. Yeah. It really was. Interview at halftime. Oh my gosh. I feel like if there's a halftime, the gorilla definitely wins.
Yeah.
The gorilla gets to catch his breath. Ugh. Yeah. Here's what it is. Here's what it is. Anyone in the chat going to any SFB lives tonight? Not tonight, but like in July.
I'm saying, is there one tonight? I could get there tonight.
You can drive.
Yep, I can. Although I will tell you, stoplights are miserable right now. Having to put constant pressure down on the brakes, that's not fun.
Do the 2 feet drive.
Yeah, I could, I guess. I didn't do that, but
No, my mom legitimately drives like that. I can't, like, my brain doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
no brakes, just the e-brake.
Just pull the e-brake.
Well, as long as you're pushing the button, you're good.
I'll see you there, Jeremy. Charlene, I won't be in LA, but I hope you have fun. Same to you, Brad. I'll see you late. I'll see you in Chicago, Andrew. Dame, I'll probably see you. I think you're going to Vegas. I don't know where else, but I'm pretty sure you're going to Vegas. Ooh, I'll be at one of those. You'll either get to see me or Bob. Make your choice wisely, Steve F.
I'll be at Boston too, because I don't think that Boston is closer than Philadelphia. I've done the math.
Okay. I'll be in Minnesota.
There'll
I'll be in
be
Las Vegas.
there'll be
Another one who
train
has
that
to
goes to
twice
Philly.
me and
Boston.
Bob and Zach. Ooh. Well, just do them both. That sounds like fun.
I mean, brunch in Boston, you can still get to Philly for, mid-afternoon.
Well,
Maybe.
Is
On the train?
Dame, are you in Scampers doing 3 live events? That's
Not just Dame.
freaking awesome.
she's leaving Scampers behind.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
That's the old what happens in Vegas. Scamper stays in Vegas. And then do Phoenix and LA.
I am going to do Russell's basement. If you don't think between New York and Philly, when I'm staying overnight in Russ's basement, sleeping down there, if you don't think I'm going to go live, you're dead.
You haven't been watching the show.
I'm 100% going live.
Last year we had Russ and Leo Pasiga and myself live from the basement on the way to the Expo.
Well, I mean, if Scott's in the basement with Russ, Zach, you might be coming down this way and we'll just get a big old stream going.
I don't think Russ was going to be in the basement. I think it was just going to be me.
I know. I'm going to be in my bed. I'm going to be nice and comfy.
Yeah. Russ is going to leave me in his basement unattended.
I can't wait for Scott to be on the stream.
Uh-oh. He'll be giving
And be
away
like-
everything on the rack.
Nothing will be
You
left.
might want to move the racks, Russ.
I'll hide the stuff that's going to the live events. Everything else can go.
If you can
You
guess
know,
the number of
This
you
is the
guess-
last weekend of live events. Like everything's going to be shipped by then.
if
Oh,
you can-
fair. Yeah. All right. Everything can go.
I was going to say, if you can guess the number of Higgins in the Scott Fish Bowl,
Oh,
then you get the T. Higgins.
that Higgins jersey. Oh crap! I gotta
Check out
This
the
is
tickets.
so-
Ryan.
This is so dumb that this reminded me to text someone back. But what do you got there?
Oh,
You got Joe Burrow on speed dial.
did.
That's what he's doing.
No, but what is it about the NBA playoffs?
But seriously
Yes.
though, like
God, the Cavs have no chance.
Why the Cavs have no chance? I hope there's no Cleveland fans in here.
And why it's Thunder Celtics
Why it's Thunder Celtics? Well, I don't like
in
that
the finals.
in the finals. All right.
Yeah.
everybody wants me to lose my T. Higgins poster.
I feel like Thunder Celtics is the most likely. So, like,
Yeah, the Cavs have. I was about to say 0 chance, but it's definitely not 0.
Can you put it my?
I watched a little bit of the end of the Celtics Magic the other night, and it's because I was still on my 5-day free trial of actual TV, and I was like, "Look, live TV." But I still can't. NBA. It's hard for me to watch the NBA.
I tried to get into it at one point because I used to work next to a guy who was big into basketball. And I randomly picked a team, and it was the Warriors, like right before Steph Curry started to go nuts. So like I got a little bit of entertainment out of that, but I still just couldn't pay attention to it. I don't care.
My college, like the University of Maine Farmington, played Davidson when Curry was there. Curry lit them up, and they lost by like 50. The next day or the day after, Davidson played Duke and lost by like 40. Transitive property means that Farmington was only like 90 points worse than Duke, which is pretty good.
That's not bad.
I feel like I love the transitive property because the Vikings have won so many Super Bowls in the last 20 years by the transitive property. Like they should I'm just kidding. That's the only way us Minnesota fans can get a title over the last 35 years is by the transitive property.
Yeah.
I see Bob texting me while on the show. Rude. I'm just kidding. I get it, Bob. I get it.
Oh, he's texting only you. All right.
I was checking. You know, there are no Red Lobsters in Maine. I'm looking down through the list of states that there are Red Lobsters. Like all the lobster
Aren't
comes
they
from
usually
Maine.
brown?
I mean, they start out that way. Then you cook them. Then they're red. Although sometimes you get blue lobsters. Every now and then you get an albino.
Mm. We used to put them on the floor and have races.
The real interesting ones are like the half. So you get them that are like split down the middle. They're almost like chimera. So you get like half blue, half normal. So it's true. It's a real thing. I got a lobster guy.
Color.
Right?
Should we keep any of these?
It's not like physically split. The color is split.
No, the color split. Yeah. No, they're not. No, it's
I'm
not.
picturing
like,
No, they're not
lobster
split until after
that
you
just
cook
like
them.
walk,
You split them after you cook them.
Yeah.
And you have two halves of lobsters walking around.
Well, that's what you do after you cook it. That's
After, yeah.
That was Justin Herbert just got a wide receiver 1 in this draft. I like it.
I feel like I should give away the rest of my Funkos tonight. What do you think? Jalen Hurts.
All right, give the rest of them away to the people who guess how many people with the last name Higgins are in SFB.
Jeez. Higgins. I was going to have the chat guess the name. I don't think there's any Higgins.
No Higgins?
Oh my gosh, I was dead wrong. All right. Guess how many people.
Oh my God, wow.
Wow. All right. Chat. Wow, that is shocking. Guess how many people have the last name Higgins who are signed up for SFE 15 in the chat. And I will let you pick 2 of these Funkos, 2 of these mini Funko Pops.
How many is that even?
Just don't say it out loud. Don't count in your head if you can. Jesus. I was not expecting that. Okay. Should we do closest or should we wait until someone gets it right?
That's a good question. I mean, I guess it depends on how long it takes for someone to get it right.
This is
Yeah, we don't want people guessing multiple times.
Yeah, because someone could just be like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12,
Like
14,
Crazy
him
Tim is doing right now.
Figure that out yet.
It has already been guessed though.
Oh. All right. And who's the winner?
Let me scroll up. You want to count that to double check
Yep.
my math? It was way more than I thought, but so Paul was very close. Unfortunately, Dan was dead on with 8 people have the last name Higgins and are signed up for SFB 15.
Congrats, Dan Yan. Show him who he can choose from. You got Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, TJ Watt,
Aiden Hutchinson.
Trevor Lawrence, Aiden Hutchinson,
I think the only one you missed was
Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
I got it before you put it up there. I just want to put it out there.
That's impressive.
I only have 6. If you want to pick 2, I'm pretty sure. Could you also email team@fantasycares.org? I'm pretty sure I know exactly who you are in your account, but also just it's nice backup.
To have a reminder.
Yeah.
I think that the Magic are the biggest threat to the Celtics
Really?
in this whole Eastern playoffs. Based off of teams that they're facing, like it's most likely gonna go Magic, Knicks, then Cavs. Assuming that the Cavs make it to the conference final.
Yeah. They will.
Dan playing the Superflex draft.
Hurts and Herbert, please.
Yeah. It's a good start right there.
That's a brilliant start to a draft.
Hurts and Herbert. Here they are. Boop, boop.
Yeah, with the Celtics, I'm getting Denver Nuggets vibes when they won the title. When they faced the Wolves, they won 5. And
The
then,
Magic, you mean?
no, the Magic didn't win
Oh,
the title recently.
you're getting Nuggets vibes from the Celtics?
Yeah, like when they won
Really?
the finals. No, I'm just talking about like their stretch. Like they beat the Wolves in 5 in the first round, then they swept every other team and won the championship.
Oh, that is true for them. Yeah, I get that. I get it.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I think the Celtics will totally sweep the Knicks. The Celtics defense is the best in the league right now. You can give a run for your money on the Magic.
Interesting.
They've only lost like 5 games since February.
Who has? Celtics or Magic?
The Celtics.
We didn't even have to pay him. Didn't even have to pay Ian to pump up Boston.
Ian Ian will throw stats at you left and right. He does this all day long. Throw stats like that. Have only lost 5 games since February type stuff. Yeah. If you watch Trivia Night Live on Monday nights, the NBA Finals week, it'll be us two. I might have him on his own camera so he can do his own thing. I might even just sit out and let him do
Just
his
let
thing.
him run it. Yeah.
He routinely names players I've never heard of. So
Let me say one. Have you heard of Josh Hart?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of starters that you probably.
No.
Have you heard of Magic Johnson?
Everyone knows who Hachimura is.
All right,
Literally
I'll go to
everyone
that
in the
instead.
chat on the show knows who Hachimura is.
All right. Oh, let me go with someone. The most random person I could think of, Cameron Payne.
I've heard the name. I couldn't.
Oh,
I couldn't
okay.
call the team.
Michigan State.
I'm not.
Michigan State.
Is he Michigan
Really
State?
random players. Really random.
I just keep thinking Dino Raja.
Oh, I know that name.
Zeke Naji.
I've heard the name again.
Oh.
I couldn't name the team.
Yeah,
Oh,
you might as well be making up names at this point for me.
No, that's the name.
this one, I hope you've heard of. Matas Buzelis.
I don't know that name.
See, Ian is the way with basketball that I was when I was his age with like middle relievers. Like it was just like
Can
we
I
used
say-
to.
Yeah, keep going.
No, I know it's hard to believe, but like my friends and I were pretty big sports nerds, and we would play all the time. Like we'd be going to games on the bus. We'd play the name game, where you'd have to go the first letter of the guy's last name would have to be the first letter of the next guy's first name.
Yep, that's great.
And oh my goodness, we would just go forever.
There's Hachimura 3. Yeah, I love that's a great game. Yeah, and you would go forever, especially if you get a couple people that know the sport.
Yeah,
He's that way with basketball and football. Absolutely that way with basketball and football. He'll just
Way more with football.
I miss my Madden days where I just played Madden all day, every day. I knew like third string offensive linemen.
Yep. That's when I knew Ian followed college way more than me, is when he was talking about offensive linemen, college draft picks, and like before the draft, like draft prospects, offensive linemen. And I'm like, all right,
it was pretty rough. The day 2 of the draft show when Frank wasn't here yet and Ian wasn't on the show, like we had nothing. For defensive players, for offensive linemen. Like we had zero input. It was rough. We needed you.
Yeah. And Ian, when he finally got here, and we like on day 3 when we weren't on air, Ian was like, I hope this guy goes. And I'm like, that's not a name. You've never heard, that's not a name. And then he gets drafted.
Damn, what was that? Rick the Frito?
Well, I have 4 more Funkos. Russ, do you want to do a wheel? Do we want to give away more stuff? Chad, do you want us to?
I don't know. Do you want to spread it out? Just do 2 Funkos over the next two shows?
Sure.
Wow. Okay, chat. That's fine. No more prizes.
Yep. Look, the chat's like, definitely no. I do feel like at this point it's got to be. I feel like it's Trevor Lawrence, and then it's 3 defensive players.
That feels so much like life. Trevor Lawrence just running from 3 defensive players.
Oh, that feels fair.
Be able to get the ball out faster now.
I feel like the Wolves are going to lose this one. I hate to say it. It's one of those games you're leading all game, but you're the away team against the Lakers in the Lakers arena.
That momentum is just lurking in the corner,
Just
next to Jack.
yeah, they're playing okay. They're not even playing stellar basketball.
Oh,
That was a T-Wolves air ball right there. Like they're not even playing well, and they're beating the Cavs. Well, that was a good block, but
Cavs.
or the Lakers. But it's just you feel like it's a comeback waiting to happen because of the refs. Anyway, you know the NBA wants the Lakers. They want them so bad. So let's talk football for a second. Brian Thomas Jr.
Top 10.
Top 10.
Yes, he's being top 10.
What do you think? Top 10?
Maybe even higher.
Top 10? You think top
Brian
10?
Thomas Jr.? Absolutely, yeah.
If they didn't
No, Trevor Lawrence, not Thomas Jr. Trevor Lawrence.
If they didn't make the new comeback player of the year needs to be an injured player, well, he'd win it this year. He's gonna be awesome this year.
I'd love it because I'm a big T-Law fan, so I would hope he could do it.
Yeah.
This will be the best offense he'll have yet. I mean, just based on who they have and the mind behind it.
This definitely feels like one of those classic quarterback no excuses left years, doesn't
Yes.
it? Like we have those every once in a while where it's like you've got like Fields like a year or two ago, just like we've given you it all. If you don't make it happen, it's you, you know?
I mean, like, yeah, and I think he's going to step up. I think he's going to be good. That'd
be great. You can trade him away.
Yeah, you got Liam Cohen as the coach, who just made Baker Mayfield a top 5 NFL quarterback. I said it right here, top 5 last year.
Hot take. Maybe that was leftover from Dave Canales from the year before, who made Geno a comeback player of the year, then Baker runner up, and then now he's moved on to Bryce Young. But
Jags are going to be great this year.
Jags are going to be great this year.
Once again, T-Law, no excuses. I don't think he has excuses now.
No, he was one of the biggest winners, I think, of the draft this year.
S&P 15 sleeper. Interesting.
I'll take him if he's there.
You don't even know the scoring. That's
I was about to say.
So it was all kick returners. Didn't we do this?
Sleeper emailed me the other day. By yesterday or today even. To let me know, hey, in case you didn't see, here's how we're dealing with Travis Hunter, so you can plan for SFB. And I'm like,
awesome.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that they emailed me to make sure that I knew what I was going to do to handle that. And I have decided what I'm going to do for SFB for Travis Hunter. He gets only defensive points.
Zeros.
He's the only player that gets defensive points for SFB, but he gets no offensive points.
Odd number quarters, offensive points. Even number quarters, defensive points.
Oh man, that'd be incredible. Oh.
Or you do offensive points in a loss and defensive points in a win.
I should add a bunch of defensive points just for fun, but you can't draft defensive players. It would be a clear. This is Travis Hunter only SFB year.
Find a quarterback that throws the most interceptions. You can get a couple of points for tackles from your wide receiver.
There you go. I'm not opposed to it, honestly. I think it'd be kind of funny because one thing SFB has consistently done is tailored to something that's being talked about a lot.
Yeah.
You know, something that pushes a narrative or something that pushes more conversation. So it would be hilarious if I have defensive scoring, but no defensive players. So Travis Hunter becomes a talking point.
He'd be the new Rashid Shaheed.
Oh,
Yep.
Well,
Man,
that was merely because I wanted Cooter Doodle to have her moment.
She had it for a couple of minutes.
She's
That was,
awesome. I
that
love
was
her.
such a beautiful
Love her.
first week of Shaheed.
Oh, so good.
That was
I just wish some of the platforms would get pass interference scoring.
yes.
It's the one thing I've wanted in SFB for so many years, but nope.
No.
What are you gonna do?
All right. I think I'm calling it for me. It's bedtime.
How is it already 10? Jeez.
Forget you. It's 11 here. You guys can keep on going if you want to keep on going, but I'm going to call it a night.
You can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
You-
You guys are going to keep on. All right. Bye, everybody. Good night.
Yes.
How many people have the first or last name of T in SFB?
Good night, Russ.
Like TEA?
TEE.
Oh, Russ is gone now.
It's actually 0. Nobody has. There are plenty of people with TEE in their first or last name.
I would say I just got Camara Barty, who is a
The sheer amount of people with the
Baseball
last
player.
name Steele.
Somebody's name is Donkey Teeth.
That's he's actually a writer for Roto. What is it?
Roto
Raz-
World.
Rasball.
Rasball.
it's a
Yep.
family name, Donkey Teeth.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Donkey is the family name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a buddy who works at the shipyard with me who actually was hired at the same time, and nobody in the shipyard knows his name, or like I say nobody. There are probably like 5 people who know his name, but everyone else knows him as Swamp Donkey because he's from the Aroostook County where there are tons of moose, and he's just a huge human being, and so everyone calls him Swamp Donkey.
I love this. Okay, so I love that you brought up Swamp Donkey. Okay, so the other night my wife and I were talking, and we've been watching Abbott Elementary, right?
Yep.
We're like watching through it to, and we got to an episode where one of the teachers owes another teacher $5, and it's a thing throughout the episode, right? And my wife's like, just get over it. It's $5. Just move on. And I'm like, there's a guy who worked for 7-Up and I worked for Pepsi nearly 20 years ago that still owes me $5. And I still think about it. And the funny thing is his name's Dave, but everyone called him T-Rex because he has the shortest arms you've ever seen, like on a full-grown adult human. Like my arms are like probably too long for my size. His arms were way too short for his size. So like And he was cool with it. Like he was like he joked about it too. But Dave still owes me $5. It's been about 20 years. I still think about it. So no, I understand the mentality in this show because
you should look him up and just be like, "Hey, Dave, you got that $5?
You got that $5 you owe me from 20 years ago? Because I would still like it back. Could spend that on something nowadays. That would buy me, like a sucker or something. I don't know what that would buy. I don't even eat suckers, but I'd buy something at $5. That $5 20 years ago is probably like $30 now.
Yeah.
Oh, unreal. No comments in the chat about my story, which is
No, you got short. Dan says short arms. He couldn't reach his wallet.
Oh, that's good. That's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. What really, I think the thing that really, like, I don't think I would be annoyed by it if I hadn't seen him minimum 5, 6, 7, 8 times after that. And he just never had the $5. Like, it's one thing if I never see him again. I'm like, oh crap, he changed routes.
Yeah.
We never saw each other again.
Now,
Nope.
did
Saw
he?
a bunch.
Did he never have the $5, or did he just not remember? Because like that's the other thing.
No. A couple of them, I didn't say a word, but a couple of them, I'm like, you got that $5? And nope, didn't have it. Because I'm like assertive enough to ask, hey, you owe me the $5. You got it. Like I didn't say it like that, but no, never had it.
Oh
well. What do you
the 7-Up Pepsi rivalry. That's what it is. Chalk that up. I used to drive when I moved back to Maine. I drove FedEx ground, and the UPS driver would always park me in, like double park me on Main Street.
Oh yeah,
and I would go into his truck and steal all his pens.
Jeez. Oh,
and so like I still have probably like I don't know 10 or 12 UPS pens in my drawer over here in the dining room. But
Andrew is 100% right on this. Back when I worked there, we were making $19-20 an hour at Pepsi, and they were making like $14 an hour at 7-Up.
No.
So maybe you're right. Maybe I should have just been like, yeah, I get it. You're doing the same exact job, kind of like you're not the same volume, but we're doing the same job and you're making a lot less. I get it. So.
But you didn't answer Andrew's question. He wants to know why he owed you the money.
Oh no! He just asked if he could borrow $5 because he didn't have any money on him one night, and gave him $5 so he can get some snacks while working. Because when you work manual labor for 14 years, you need to snack and drink.
Yeah,
that's just, especially when you're working 14 hours manual labor in grocery stores.
Yeah,
like it's all there.
What was your vending machine, like your go-to?
Well, what do you mean vending machine?
Okay, your snack, because I work in an office, so it's vending machine. But
it completely depended. It was always dependent on how much I was working out, because I used to work my 14 hours of manual labor, and then I would work out when I got home. Like, this is the time when I had when I was very in shape, like abs in shape.
Yeah.
But it very much depended. Like if it was that stage, I stayed very healthy. I would get like almonds and I would snack. And here's the dumb thing. When I was really in shape and really working out, I would eat exactly 14 almonds and close the container and work a couple more hours, eat 14 more almonds. But then when I was less concerned, I would get some hot Sunday Pop-Tarts, or I would get those Nutter Butter, whatever, like
Yep.
peanut butter, whatever, or saltine crackers or whatever. But most of that was the serving size listed on the container. So I knew the exact numbers
Right.
to
So you
write
had
down
the
and keep track of. So when I was being very, very healthy for a very long stretch and gained down to 5% body fat, I was very in tune to that. But other times, yeah, when I was not so strict, yeah, I would go all out on it. But yeah, it's just when you're working in a grocery store all night for 14, like our shifts were 12 to 16 hours, so I'm averaging to 14 hours.
Yep.
There's so many snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. He needed $5 one night. Gave it to him. Never got it back. Yep. I'm really excited for our Canton trip.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
really want us, now that Samantha is closed, I really want us to have some fun food times.
I mean, I feel like that it kind of necessitates that. Like we're gonna be in the house and make some food.
I mean, we need to make sure they have pans, and I need to make sure we can find a place that has some good croissants.
Yeah. We ought to be able to. I mean, we ought to be able to find a bakery. Oh well, no, we know, Bob. We know where there are good croissants. We got you covered on the croissants.
We got the croissants, but we need a smoker.
Yeah.
We get a smoker up there.
I kind of want to look up another name. Chat, do you have a name I should look up to see how many are signed up for SFB 15? Because honestly, this is kind of fun for me because every time it's a surprise. No way did I think 8 people were named Higgins. No way did I expect 8 Higgins to be signed up for SFB. No, it was definitely a borrow, lend me, pay you back. In fact, I'm pretty sure he said, I will pay you back profusely and multiple times. And that, ooh.
You know,
Charlene, I actually looked this up the other night because you were in the chat that night. You are the only Charlene in my database. The only one. I don't know if that's good or bad, but you are definitely the only one. I will not look that up because I don't want to count.
we're officially 99 days
Nope.
from the Expo.
Ooh, a 99.
Yep.
It really makes SFB a lot less.
Yeah, Orlando 71 days. Not that anyone's counting, but it is. Which means Boston is like 20 days before that.
There
So
are
we're around 50 days to
6
Boston.
Duffs and 9 Duffies.
15 in total.
15 in total. Toby, that's an interesting one. How many do you guess? Yeah, before I hit enter.
5.
7.
Oh! 5
It was a 5. Nice job, Ian.
Wow. 5 Tobys. What a call. What a call.
I also have a big trip coming up at school. 2 trips this year. Like, it's crazy. You're going to go to Nickelodeon and Cascade Bay all in the end of the year.
Nickelodeon.
And late
yeah,
night.
Nickelodeon Universe is the amusement park inside the Mall of America.
Oh, yeah.
And Cascade Bay is a water park here in the Twin Cities.
I just watched Mighty Ducks and D2 with the boys. And because they have the scene where they skate through the mall and they're like, there's an amusement park. And I was like, that's right by Scott's house. Like
It's
that's
like 4.8 miles or something like that. Yeah, it's
Oh,
right here.
the boys were just blown away by that. They were like, "That is incredible." I said, "I don't think you can actually roller skate there, but the amusement park."
I don't know that they would stop you, would they? Maybe.
No.
I don't know. I will say, if you ever come to Minnesota, you should come. We'll hang out. We'll go to the Mall of America. I have a bunch of unlimited ride wristbands,
Yep.
which means you can go on rides all day long. So I think they would love that.
Oh, they would. That would be amazing.
Well, of course, Lucas heard.
Yeah,
They just this past year got over their fear of roller coasters. Like they liked the idea of roller coasters before, but they would get in line and then like psych themselves up.
Oh,
And this past time we went to Universal and they did it the first day we were there, and I was like, okay, look, tomorrow we're gonna go and you're going to get on one. And after that, I don't care. But you and so they did the first one, and they were like, they're just now like Caleb is ready to go on Velocicoaster now, and like he's just like, let's go. So
that's awesome.
But
I think this guy, same thing, similar thing, and is that mentally he didn't want to, and then once he started, like he's all in on any poster now.
Like, and I get it. Like, you get this kind of build up in your head. Like Harrison is an overthinker.
Yeah,
and it just like in a worst case scenario, and so it's like, look, I'm not going to put you on something that I think is going to be too much. Like I want to have fun.
Yep.
So,
his big roller coaster, I did similar. I'm like, you got to trust me on this, and I kind of pushed you to it, the corkscrew. And once he did it, he has been nonstop and with roller coasters since. But
yeah, that's awesome. That's
this
so much fun.
Zero. This is way too many to count. Way too many that I looked it up. There are a lot of Bryants. It's just a ridiculous amount of Bryants.
Probably.
Like you have to scroll the Bryants. So there's first name, last name, mostly last names, but
you probably don't even want to try Chris.
Yeah, I don't want to try Chris.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be obnoxious. There are two hotels connected to the Mall of America. So if you plan a trip and you stay there, you can just drop in.
Be right there. Yeah, that's awesome.
Definitely a couple Juicy Lucy spots close. The log ride's okay. You like the log ride?
Yeah,
it's okay.
Breaks down way too much.
It does break down way too much. That log ride opened in 1992, so it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the
Jeremy says, Luca, does that mean he was faking an injury? Or complaining to the refs? Because that's the only two
or
things
maybe
Luca
he wants
does.
us to put it in here.
I don't know that I know what Luca is like when he's not faking an injury or complaining to refs. That's
I would say my mental image of Luca is him going.
Yeah, Luca and Booker, Arizona. Sorry, Phoenix. Booker and Luca. I don't know that I've ever seen two players complain to the refs more than those two ever. It's absurd. All right, Luca. I'm putting in. No, that's not
Luke
right.
4.
I put Luke in, and there's Jesus.
Oh
A lot of Lukes.
How many would you? Is that 100 plus?
Oh no! You accidentally went to SB 12 and 13.
Oh yeah. That's a ton.
What's cool about my school field trip to Nickelodeon?
Oh, that's Lucas. Okay.
Yeah. My school field trip isn't really a school field trip. You had to do like a science project. There's like a science project you had to do every month and complete, and it had to work. Almost my whole lunch table got to do it. Like, it's very limited. I think only like 20 kids are going.
Huh.
Like, my whole table, except for one kid because he got screwed over in one of them.
Huh.
But yeah. Me and one friend have already thought of our Shake Shack order for lunch.
It's the only Shake Shack in like within 20, 30 miles. So
That's the only time I've ever had Shake Shack was in the Orlando airport. Like we don't have them around here, but like I was like,
if I remember correctly, I go to a lot of airports, so excuse me if I'm wrong, but my memory of the Orlando airport is like getting there way early and laying down on a bench because like there's hotels up the sides. Like there's a giant hotel that is around the rotunda in Orlando. Is that what I'm thinking of? There's like a giant hotel in the concourse.
So Orlando has there are like 3 different like
terminals.
And so you have to get on a monorail to go to the terminals.
Okay.
And so like once you get through security, then you go to your terminal and you have to hope that what your terminal has good food.
I think what Scott's thinking about is the fact that the hotel is above the TSA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we ended up like it is because they're like you have to get there at least like an hour and a half early, and so then if you go through the TSA check quick, then you're just kind of there. Like
that's a good one. Oh
no, no.
Here's the thing about that is that Orlando's pretty not very memorable to me. In that, if you are not a fan of the Orlando airport, never go to Chicago because O'Hare is terrible, but never go to Denver because Denver makes O'Hare look like the greatest airport that's ever existed. It makes Orlando look like heaven on earth. Like Denver is, I don't know that you can find a worse airport than Denver. My wife and I like to joke that the person who designed the Denver airport hates human beings, hates people, and intentionally designed it to make people unhappy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
It doesn't matter where you're supposed to be going. You're like 3 miles away from your gate.
If you find a person saying nice things about Denver airport, they've never actually been there. They're just from Denver and they want to say nice things about Denver. It is the absolute worst. Oh, I bet I've been to 50-ish airports in my life. And Denver is like, if Denver's here, everybody else is here. Like there's a Grand Canyon size gap.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I shudder for the people that don't realize how bad it is. It's so bad. Ooh. Flight attendant based in Orlando. So do you deal with that hotel a lot? I'm gonna assume.
Kyle knows the Shake Shack. That's really what it is.
That's what Shake Shack. The Shake Shack. Built for the Illuminati. It's haunted. Oh, yeah. It's so bad. God, I wish I could speak in hyperbole, but yeah, O'Hare agreed. O'Hare is bad. Denver makes O'Hare look amazing. It's O'Hare is. If I have to fly Denver to O'Hare, it's like the seas parted into awesomeness because it's so bad in Denver. Oh,
Bob is just daydreaming of the Detroit airport. I can tell that's what he's doing.
I can honestly say I've never been to the Detroit airport. I have no reference.
There's no reason to.
I've almost been there. Like I almost flew out there 2 different times and ended up having to not do my trip. I've heard stories though.
Huh.
I hate that I brought up Denver. Like, I love Denver. Denver's really nice. I like Denver, and I love Colorado. It's just the airport is just straight up trash. All right, take over the show, Ian.
Oh wow.
You're in charge.
So
Ian's getting ready to give away all the Funkos.
is he giving them away or we're waiting? Nothing.
I'd say I haven't been to the Denver airport since I was probably like 15 or 16, and it was bad. Like it was bad then, and that was a while ago. That was 30 years ago. So
I bet they were still probably doing construction back then.
absolutely. Oh yeah. It never stops.
Yep.
I'm just excited to be. I mean, I think we had this conversation a few weeks ago, but I'm just excited to be able to fly out of Manchester now to go to Florida, so I don't have to deal with Logan.
Yep. Yeah, I mean it's a couple more miles away from my house, but about 30 minutes less.
Yeah, and the parking's cheaper. The airport's so much easier to get through. Did you see, Ian? There was a question to you. Do you like the Stars or the Wild?
So I know I'm wearing Wild pajama pants right now. I don't really watch hockey at all. Obviously, I'd be more of a Wild fan because they're based in Minnesota. I didn't grow up with the Stars. So obviously, I would like the Wild more because that's really just the team I grew up with. But yeah, I don't really watch that much hockey.
Yeah. So I grew up with college hockey because again, like Maine, we don't have pro teams in Maine. They're only like 9 people. So, but I grew up watching the Black Bears, the Maine Black Bears. But that was back when Paul Correa was there. They were pretty net. They were 42-1-2 one season.
42-1-2 in a hockey season.
Yep.
I swear, talking Maine hockey, like just this trio, Minnesota, Maine, Boston, that's like almost like the hockey triumvirate, right?
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I can't even count the amount of Frozen Fours between these 3 cities, probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joe. Maine was college hockey though, but it was Sean Walsh. It was the guy who built the program and coached like all of those teams that came through, and I think Maine ended up winning maybe 3 national championships during his run, but it was like there was such a precipitous drop off once he retired. He actually passed away. But once he retired, there was such a precipitous drop off. And I know they were pretty good again this year, but it's been a minute since they were quite as good as they were when Sean Walsh was coaching.
I do think that's fair. You would have no recollection of the North Stars.
Nope.
So you would not be a Stars fan. You don't remember the Norm Green selling the team?
Mike Modano moving.
Oh, I had a Mike Modano number 9 jersey. I wish the refs would stop giving the Vegas Knights the last 2 games, but it is what it is. Nobody wants the Wild to win. Nobody wants Minnesota sports to win, so. Vegas Knights are good, though. They're legit good, so that's fine.
You keep saying that, but I think you're talking about the league. Fans want the Wolves to win. Fans want the Wild to win.
I think that's fair. I don't think really fans don't really want the Lakers to win, I don't think.
No.
but the league with the TV markets.
Yeah,
Like,
they
that's
want Vegas and LA. They don't want Minnesota. They never
Yeah.
want Minnesota. Yeah. That's Whalers, Hartford. See a Whalers emblem. I smile. It's good. You like the Mighty Ducks movies?
Huh?
Yeah. You know what I'm actually annoyed by? So Mighty Ducks had 3 movies.
Yep.
Then they had 1 or 2 seasons of a Disney Plus series. Estevez came on for a little bit of the 2nd season of that series or whatever, and he wrote a 4th movie. But he exited the series in such a way that Disney doesn't want anything to do with him. And he went on an interview and described what he wrote for the 4th movie, and I'm like, I would watch the shit out of that. Please make that movie.
Yeah.
It was Gordon Bombay comes back to coach a women's hockey team. And the way he described it, I'm like, I'm all in. I'm 1,000,000,000% in. Because of how he exited season 2 of Mighty Ducks, the TV series.
We never got it. Yeah.
But dear God, I want that Mighty Ducks women's hockey Emilio Estevez movie. I thought it was fine. I didn't watch the 2nd season. I watched the 1st season. I thought it was fine. Like, it was enjoyable to watch. Speaking TV, so I watched the final season of You. Anyone in the chat or Bob or Zach, did you watch You?
I've not seen You. No.
It's about a serial killer. They don't start him out as a definitive serial killer, but he very clearly becomes one or is one. I enjoyed it throughout. I thought some seasons were very good and some seasons were good. I thought it ended. A lot of series miss the landing when they end.
Yeah.
I thought this hit the landing. I don't think it was amazing, but I thought it hit the landing, which is fine. Like, you don't walk away being like, ugh. You walk away being like, all right, cool. Okay, I get it. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good series. You know, I watched each season as they came out. I thought it was good throughout. It was an enjoyable, good throughout watch. And in this day and age, I will take the consistency of that.
Yeah, it's hard to find a show that goes multiple seasons that hangs on to the.
Yeah, I think it was 5 seasons, and I was good with every single one.
Yeah,
and my only problem, and this is, it might be nitpicky, but my only problem is on shows like Dexter, he's clearly skilled and smart.
Yeah.
Joe Goldberg, there are so many times they depend on victims and or people investigating him being really stupid.
Failing,
like dumber than the viewer.
Yeah.
Like, your average person be like, wait a second. And the entire last season and a half is he marries a super rich woman, and they explain his ability to get off or get away from allegations as this rich person's regime, buried it.
Yeah.
And they spend a year and a half of, the rich person regime just buried it. They got out of it. And I'm like, it's so lazy.
So
so damn lazy.
Yeah, you've got the ghost in the machine controlling it. Yeah.
But
it's frustrating.
Overall, it's a good 5-season watch. It's fine. It's 50 episodes. It's 10 per season. So
I'm always interested, and it's hard to find now, but like original content, that's not just a retread, remake, like it's so hard to find things that aren't, just put a new coating on
for sure.
something else. Yeah.
And you know what is a slight pet peeve of mine is when a movie comes out and it's a complete ripoff of something before, and the new movie is like, oh, this is awesome. And I'm like, that was completely done. You know what I mean? Like, this is Heat existed before Den of Thieves, and Den of Thieves was great.
Right.
But people don't realize that that's, or when people have seen something so many times where a new movie comes out and you're like, it's nothing, but it was so awesome as the original.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You couldn't finish it, got redundant. I actually kind of get that. Every season is very similar. He starts out with a love interest and then finds a new love interest that he becomes obsessed with. And that's almost how serial killers probably work, right? Like they move on to their next target. I watched the first 2 episodes of Suits LA. I really couldn't get into it, but I do feel like that's ironically kind of like Suits for me, in that I was not able to watch Suits when it was on too much. And then I watched the entire series in binge mode because I could watch episode after episode after episode. But if you're going to make me wait, I lose interest. So maybe it's just one that after the season's done, I will watch all of it. T-Rex Dave catching strays out here. I wonder if you know T-Rex Dave. That'd be fun.
Can you find Scott's $5 too? If you know T-Rex Dave.
Please. Jeremy's a school teacher. Good night, Jeremy.
Good night, Jeremy.
Gone Girls is good doc on Netflix. Interesting. I've not watched that. I've watched Gone Girl with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. I do think they need Harvey Specter. Mike was the reason I watched the first 7 seasons of Suits. And the last 2 was kind of just completionist, where you want to finish it out, and you were invested in the characters. Again, I will watch when the season ends, and I will just binge it.
Yeah.
Bob, you've been quiet for a long time.
Well, I was working on something.
Oh,
Bob is a graphic designer.
Well, yeah, I mean, you should probably go. I'm just gonna say this quietly. It's probably go to the SFB store or the Fancy Care store. That's all.
what?
Bob is dropping stuff.
Like fantasycares.org/shop? Are you saying there's something there?
I think there could be something there. There could be. I'm not sure, but there could be.
fantasycares.org/do you want to fantasycares.org/shop?
Just saying, there could be a couple of things there.
I'm going to look, and I'm totally just not gonna put it on screen or anything. I'm just gonna take a look.
I thought for sure there was going to be a T-shirt with a T-Rex with a $5 bill.
I mean,
Whoa! Are there SFB 15 shirts available? Toon Squad.
mm-hmm. A few early ones coming up. And that's just for the people that are here, that are listening to us right now. All
I like
1,200 of them.
the shirt.
What new movies are even coming out soon? I can't even think of much.
Mhm.
I might be very
Wow,
wrong.
those are so good.
I like both of those.
Jurassic Park Rebirth is coming out soon.
Yeah.
I mean, wait till
Mission
drop
Impossible.
the full NBA line. Those came out awesome.
Yeah.
What else is there?
There's oh, you want me to put a couple more in? Is that what you're asking?
I feel like you probably should.
Probably drop a couple more.
Seriously, though,
I
chat.
mean, I've got to put them on. Put them on shirts.
This end of summer giveaway. We need to get people in this.
Yeah.
I would love everybody in this one. This is a big deal. We plan on having a full show, tons of giveaways. But right now, there's not a lot of giveaways. We just need a ton of people. We want tons of people winning tons of stuff. But... really? I'm half tempted to make that work. I'm half tempted to make that vanity link work. Oh boy.
If you put that in it, you actually can mobile order from the local soda fountain.
Or the bubbler.
Yeah.
No, that's not soda fountain.
No. We actually have in downtown we have like a throwback. It's like a 1950s soda fountain. So it's got all the like the bar seats, the stools and everything, and then it's got a couple of the big booths and everything, and you can get ice cream there. They do malts, they do sodas, and then they make sandwiches. It's pretty fun. I take the boys there every now and then.
It sounds like a good time.
It is.
No, Steve, I was thinking more along the lines of everything this summer. I would just start throwing it at the bottom as an add-on if people want to join it.
Yeah.
Good. I'm getting tired because right now the only thing that's in it is the Switch 2, which I pre-ordered. I hope we get it for that. But once we get it, I think we'll be able to promote. We definitely have this. This is one of the prizes, and then we'll just keep adding prizes to it. But right now, yeah, it's just fantasygears.org/campaigns. Get entered into that, and you can also get the Rook Report, where we'll see that you will get Judkins as your number 2 running back off the board.
That's the one. That's my guy.
Yep.
I'm worried, Scott, that I'm not in a position to. I'm going to have to make some trades because I'm worried that I'm not in a position to draft him right now. But
12 is a little far back.
Well, yeah, and yeah, that league I'm 12. I'm in another league where I won, but I had traded a bunch of. So I have 3 first. So I might have the firepower to get up and get Judkins in that one. But J Mike is also in the Olympians League. He is also a big Judkins fan. So I don't necessarily want to do an arms race against J Mike. I'm afraid I'll lose that one.
Yeah, I get that.
But
Luca did go out before half with an injury in this T-Wolves game. But Luca also disappeared basically in the back half of every game in the finals last year. So when the game is on the line, that's where Luca disappears. So this isn't.
That's the opposite of what you want. Well, I mean, it's good for if you're a Minnesota fan, but
it's good for us. Yeah. Luka's back on the court, but that's just what Luka does.
Yeah.
And Luka's mentality to fake injuries and to complain,
Ugh,
you always have to wonder.
that would drive me nuts.
It doesn't feel like a very Lakers thing, though. Like they've had Shaq, they've had Kobe, they've not had this type of player. Well, they've had LeBron now for a while, so
Yeah.
it's like it's almost a progression. LeBron with half of that, Luka with a bunch of that. So
I think I've told you this before, but I went to the Celtics playoff game when the first year that the Celtics won. It was what 07 maybe, whatever it was. Huh?
Garnett, I said.
Yeah. And
well, that is the probably one of the earliest years of my life. I remember where Minnesota fans were super actively rooting for another team
because of Garnett.
Because of Garnett, we wanted Garnett to win.
Yeah. Well,
like,
and
we
so
were so supportive.
I was at the first game that they played Cleveland in the playoffs, and it ended up being like 74-70. And Ray Allen guarded LeBron James, and LeBron James had like 8 points.
That might be the game that people talk about a lot, is that LeBron had a fourth quarter of a finals game with 0 points.
Yeah.
Might be that one.
It was just gross. And it was Ray Allen guarded him, and then Paul Pierce would step up and take charges.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Ian was probably supposed to go to bed at halftime, but I mean, it's a Timberwolves closeout game, so I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you have school tomorrow, but what's 2 + 2?
Nailed it.
17.9.
Jeez, maybe you should go to bed. He's an A student. I mean, except you did get what 11.5 out of 12 on that.
I fixed it and I got 12 out of 12.
Okay. We could probably close this out at any point.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm getting pretty close up against it.
Minnesota fans 100% agree. We want those. Those are the best Wolves jersey. Like that's what you wanted for Christmas. That Garnett era Wolves jersey.
A classic Edwards.
The classic, like, oh my God, those are the best jerseys. 100%. 100% the best Wolves jerseys. I'm not saying best of any team, but those are the best Wolves jerseys.
But they're up there anyway.
God,
like,
yeah.
That was always like, it was always a team that I would play, if I was playing NBA 2K or whatever, like that would be one of my go-to teams because of because I like the jersey.
I mean, that era, if you're doing NBA Jam, that era, having Marbury Garnett would be a pretty solid duo to have in NBA Jam with that backcourt and front court if you're only 2 players.
Yeah.
It's kind of the reason keeper leagues are awesome, is that you're only keeping if you're only keeping 2, they can be a pretty dang good 2.
Good, yeah. Steve, I can't speak for Bob, but I'm pretty sure he's not. But I am not drafting live in Boston this year. I am pretty sure I'm going to draft online. Do a slow draft this year. The Boston lives have just beaten me up a ton, but also being able to go and not have to be tied to a draft table this year for me is going to be fun. To be able to kind of go around and do the like maybe be an ambassador, but be able to kind of hang out.
Be a board member.
Be a board member. Be that guy. I got my Fantasy Care shirt on.
Scott, you might want to refresh your screen,
Why?
your shop screen.
Did you do it again?
Maybe I didn't hit save.
No, it went. It's up there.
Okay.
I see it.
Scott doesn't. Oop,
Uh-oh.
he's gone. Oh. I can see that people are visiting. Oh, someone from
Yeah, watch me reload the wrong screen. What are you gonna do?
That one's nice.
that's just the start of what we're gonna see in the NBA
Very
collection.
festive. Zeke from Cabin Creek.
That's pretty awesome.
That's what that one should be called. It should be called the Cabin Creek.
So you could, when his jersey was 1, I haven't looked since
You
his.
can if it's 5.
Yeah, Ian says you can. I haven't looked since it's changed to 5, but yeah, they do that. Yep.
Huh.
How do you, Zach, Bob? How do you feel, chat? How do you feel about players when they change their numbers midstream?
As a fan, I don't think it bothers me that much. As a player, I don't know how you do that.
Well, I think how you do that is that Anthony Edwards was 5 everywhere his whole life, and then he took 1 in the NBA, and then he changed it back to 5.
That makes sense. Like,
or like Travis Etienne, who was 1 his high school, college career, Georgia, and he couldn't do it in the NFL, and then he was able to and move back to 1. You know what I mean? Like,
and see that doesn't bother me in that track.
or Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook was 4 everywhere, but you couldn't be 4 as a running back when Dalvin Cook came out, and he changed.
Because that's the thing for me is like you identify like it's some psychological piece of you identifies as that number. Like that's like I mean that's why I have the 13 on my on my handle. Like I've always been number 13, like my whole everywhere I've been. So
I was 24 in everything.
No.
I was 24 in everything, but I was 8 in football for most of the time.
Yeah.
Ian, you've moved around. Do you want to talk about your numbers?
Okay.
He has mostly been 9. I have lots of
football.
For football. He's almost always been 9. It like he plays quarterback and sometimes the quarterback and wide receiver he splits, but he's been 9.
Basketball, it's anything in the 20s.
But you were 5 for a while in basketball.
So I was 23.
Yeah, you were 23.
And then I was 5 another year.
Yep.
Yeah. I played way more years than
in
that.
baseball. Now, last year in baseball, you were 9. And this year you're 2.
I was 2 my first year.
You were 2, you're 2, then 9, then 2 again?
Yep.
I don't think he has a commitment to a number.
He just doesn't have that identity with the number. I don't know. That's just me. Like I always kind of, I was number 13.
Yeah.
But.
I passed my number down to Emmy.
What's your number?
21.
21.
But in practice, it was 42 because he had to work twice as hard.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to pop off for a second. I'll be right back unless you end the show.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm just putting up logos on shirts. Things are getting out of hand here.
It's I'm pretty close to being at the end of what I've got.
I might be able
But-
to.
All right.
Right.
2 more hours. Let's go.
2 more hours.
Okay, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. Most of the time he's been 9.
Yeah.
Baseball, he's been 9 and 5 are the 2 numbers he's most been, but I think when you're 12 and like 9, 10, 11, 12, like
Well,
you have very limited choices,
There-
and you
there's-
have to grab it before someone else, So
and also sometimes at that age, it's like the size of your shirt. So like,
Oh,
at least
yeah,
it used
yeah,
to be like you have the smaller numbers would be like the smaller kids and
yep.
No.
Oh no, you buy them now.
yeah. Well, you probably do now, but like that's like when I
Yeah,
grew up, that
when we
was
were growing up, they had shirts that they used year after year. Now they make
Yeah.
you buy them, and
Yeah, well, that's like Harrison is playing this year, and they've got like they're like full on uniforms. Like it's
Yep.
ridiculous. It's wild. Got his name on it. I'm like, holy cow, here we are.
Yep.
But
very, very cool now.
Yeah.
Versus us, where we had
they were
the hand-me-downs.
they had the opening ceremonies yesterday for his league, and they were talking about how to support the league in Bath, it's like $42,000 a year. I was like,
What?
that is, yeah, that's wild. But I mean, I'm sure that's like T-ball all the way up through, but still, that's a lot of commitment. Yeah, Kyle. Now they get walk-up music.
I do like they had walk-up music not long after I played.
Yeah.
Like Zach was talking about.
Like it's like college, I had it. Yeah,
early 2000s. Like
Yeah.
I get that now, but it's been like 25 years. Like
Yeah.
now is like the last quarter century. I didn't have it in the 90s, but yes, they've had it for 20 plus
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Oh man. I think there is something to I don't know, as a dad that buys jerseys for my kids who love sports, like it sucks to buy them a Dalvin Cook 33 jersey and then
have
2
it.
years later their
Yeah.
number is 4. Like with us, we like put tape over and put Aaron Jones. Like you were able to do, but it's really frustrating to have like a 1 to 2 year lifespan on a jersey because they're
Yeah.
not cheap.
No. Huh.
Lakers
Hang
have
on.
crept back in, huh?
Have
They're only
they?
down 4 now.
Oh.
5.
Ooh, interesting. Didn't know that. It's a good game. 5-point game. 4.5 left in the third.
I'm gonna say long way to go.
No. I wish this were true. Some teams occasionally
We'll do the
this.
buyback. Yeah.
You've seen the Patriots do this. Teams have done this, but this is not like a standard. It's a thing. I wish it were a thing.
And even the Patriots doing it was I remember them doing it with Hernandez, but that was mitigating circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, it gets talked about because it's so rare when a player does it and they're like, "Hey, I will do this." That's like it's newsworthy because it happens. It's just definitely not a thing. We probably I think half or more of the jerseys my kids own are wrong number, same player.
Yeah.
So part of me wonders if long term any players can wear, like, there aren't as many like restrictions to the numbers. Part of me wonders if players will stick to their numbers more long term now because of it. So that might be a good thing.
Yeah, we might be just going through like a little wave of people changing the numbers because of the ability to do that.
do. Yeah.
It's new.
Yep. But yeah, we have quite a few wrong number jerseys in this house. What do you do?
We're just watching the game now.
No, I'm powering down. I don't have a TV around, so I'm just I hit my wall.
All right, let's call it.
All right.
Click the buttons.
I'm looking for them. I'm looking. Let's see. What have we got here?
We got how